Hey, Vikings faithful. Skull Nation, are you ready to dive into some electrifying Vikings news? We're just days away from the 2025 season opener against the Bears on Monday Night Football. And oh boy, do we have some juicy intel to unpack. A former NFL Pro Bowler just dropped a bombshell about Chicago's quarterback Caleb Williams that's got Brian Flores and our purple defense salivating. Buckle up, because this Week 1 clash at Soldier Field is shaping up to be a wild one. What do you think? Can our Vikings exploit this golden opportunity? Let's break it down. Former Dolphins tackle Terron Armstead, who faced off against Caleb Williams during joint practices this month, spilled some serious tea on his podcast. According to ESPN's Courtney Cronin, Armstead said, and I quote, "Caleb's process playing that quarterback position has to improve, and pretty fast. On a consistent basis, Caleb was not able to recognize where he was in danger." Y'all, that's music to Vikings fans' ears. Armstead pointed out Williams' struggles with feeling pressure and spotting blitzes pre-snap. Now, why does this matter? Because our defensive coordinator, Brian Flores, is the NFL's blitz maestro, and he's got a playbook designed to make quarterbacks sweat. Flores has turned our defense into a relentless, unpredictable machine over the past 2 seasons, leading the league in blitz rate. It's not just about sending extra guys, it's the mind games. Flores lines up players in ways that leave QBs guessing. Is that linebacker rushing or dropping into coverage? Will the safety blitz? With new studs like Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave beefing up our interior pass rush, the Vikings are poised to make Williams' night a nightmare. So, what's your take, Skull fans? Will Flores blitz packages overwhelm the Bears' young QB? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about Caleb Williams for a second. The kid's got talent, there's no denying that. Last season, as a rookie, he showed flashes of brilliance against our Vikings, completing 64% of his passes for 531 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 picks across 2 games. Not bad, right? But here's the kicker. He was sacked a whopping 68 times in 2024, leading the NFL. That's a red flag, especially when you're facing a Vikings defense that's only gotten nastier with the additions of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. Can Williams handle the heat this time around? Armstead's comments highlight a critical weakness. Williams struggles to sense pressure and read blitzes before the snap. Against a guy like Flores, that's a death sentence. Our defense doesn't just blitz, they disguise it, mixing up coverages and alignments to confuse even the sharpest QBs. Last year, Williams got away with only 5 sacks in 2 games against us. But with our upgraded D-line, I'm betting Flores is cooking up something special. What do you think? Will Williams crack under the pressure, or can he pull off an upset? Let me know below. The Bears have a new head coach in Ben Johnson, and his complex offensive scheme is still a work in progress. ESPN's Courtney Cronin noted that Williams and the Bears' offense struggled early in training camp as they adjusted to Johnson's system. While they showed improvement, that newness could lead to some sloppy moments in Week 1. For Vikings fans, that's an opportunity. If our defense can exploit those early season jitters, we could see Williams running for his life. Who's ready to see Soldier Field turn purple on September 8th? Now, let's zoom in on our new defensive weapons, Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. These two are absolute game changers, and they're why I'm so hyped for this Vikings defense in 2025. According to Vikings.com, the team signed these Pro Bowl interior linemen in free agency, adding serious firepower to an already elite unit. Allen, a former Washington Commander, has racked up 42 sacks and 118 QB hits in his career. Hargrave, coming from the 49ers, tied for 4th among interior linemen with 48 QB hurries in 2023 per Pro Football Focus. These guys are beasts. What makes this duo so dangerous? They're not just big bodies, they're disruptive forces who can collapse the pocket and create chaos. Allen told the media, "I really like how Flores is able to create space on the inside and allow guys to get one-on-ones." Hargrave echoed that excitement, saying Flores' schemes help everybody on the defense shine. With edge rushers like Jonathan Greenid and Andrew Van Ginkel already wreaking havoc, this D-line is a quarterback's worst nightmare. Can you picture Williams trying to escape this crew? The Vikings' front 7 is stacked, and Flores knows how to use them. Last season, our defense was already a top-tier unit, but with Allen and Hargrave joining Jalen Redmond, who's earned a starting spot, per Vikings.com. The interior pass rush is on another level. This isn't just about sacks. It's about constant pressure, forcing bad throws, and disrupting rhythm. How many times do you think we'll see Williams hit the turf on Monday night? Drop your predictions in the comments, Skol Nation. Let's set the stage for this Monday night football showdown. Soldier Field, September 8, 2025. The Vikings roll into Chicago to kick off the season with a bang. The Bears are hyped up with their number 1 overall pick from 2024, Caleb Williams, and their new coach, Ben Johnson, who's known for his creative offensive play calling. But here's the thing. Johnson's scheme is complex, and it's only been a few months since the Bears started learning it. Could that spell trouble against a Vikings defense that thrives on confusion? Flores is called a mad scientist for a reason. As Jonathan Allen put it, some games will be in a 3-4 bringing pressure off both ends. Some games will be switching it up. That unpredictability is what makes our defense so lethal. Williams might have all the arm talent in the world, but if he can't figure out where the blitz is coming from, it's going to be a long night. Are you feeling as confident as I am about our chances to dominate this game? This opener isn't just about the X's and O's. It's about bragging rights in the NFC North. The Bears are desperate to prove they're on the rise, but the Vikings are coming off a 14-3 season in 2024 and looking to make a statement. With J.J. McCarthy taking the reins as our new QB, the spotlight's on both sides of the ball. What's your vibe for this game, Skol fans? Are we walking out of Chicago with a W? Let's hear it. Let's talk about Brian Flores Blitz packages because, wow, they're a thing of beauty. Over the past 2 seasons, no team in the NFL has blitzed more than the Vikings. But it's not just about sending extra rushers, it's how Flores disguises them. He'll show a 5-man front, then drop a linebacker into coverage while a safety sneaks in from the secondary. It's like a chess match where Flores is always 3 moves ahead. Can you imagine being a young QB like Williams trying to crack that code? Last season, Flores' defense was already a nightmare for quarterbacks. And now with Allen and Hargrave, it's even scarier. According to Vikings.com, Hargrave said, "I just know Flores brings a lot of success on defense." That's an understatement. In 2023, Hargrave and Allen combined for 12.5 sacks, and their ability to win one-on-one matchups inside is going to open up opportunities for our edge rushers. How many different blitz looks do you think Flores will throw at Williams in Week 1? The Bears' offensive line is no slouch, but they've got new pieces like Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, per NFL Trade Rumors, CO. Those guys are studs, but they're still gelling as a unit. If Flores can exploit any miscommunications, Williams might be eating grass all night. What's your favorite Flores Blitz moment from last season? Drop it in the comments and let's relive some purple chaos. Now, let's not sleep on Caleb Williams' potential. The kid's got a cannon for an arm and some serious mobility. In those 2 games against us last year, he showed he can make plays, completing 64% of his passes and avoiding turnovers. But here's the thing. He took 68 sacks league-wide in 2024, and that's a stat that screams trouble against a defense like ours. Can Williams step up his game in year 2, or will Flores expose his weaknesses? Williams is working under Ben Johnson, who's known for designing high-powered offenses. But as ESPN's Courtney Cronin pointed out, the Bears' offense struggled early in camp as they adjusted to Johnson's complex scheme. That's a huge opportunity for the Vikings to pounce. If Williams is still figuring out his reads, Flores blitzes could turn those flashes of upside into a highlight reel of purple dominance. What do you think? Can Williams handle the pressure, or is he in over his head? The Vikings secondary, led by Harrison Smith and Josh Metellus, is ready to capitalize on any mistakes. Metellus, who signed a 3-year extension, is the ultimate chess piece in Flores defense, per Vikings.com. He can blitz, cover, or even spy a mobile QB like Williams. How big of an impact do you think our safeties will have in this game? Let's get that comment section buzzing. Skol Nation, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Vikings are coming off a 14-3 season in 2024, per Wikipedia, and they're hungry to keep that momentum going. With J.J. McCarthy stepping in as the starting QB, there's a lot of excitement about what this team can do. But let's be real, the defense is the backbone of this squad, and Brian Flores is the mastermind pulling the strings. How confident are you in our D to set the tone in Week 1? The additions of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave aren't just upgrades, they're statements. According to The Athletic, Allen's intensity and Hargrave's lateral quickness stood out in training camp. These guys aren't here to mess around. Pair them with a rising star like Jalen Redmond, who's earned a starting spot, and you've got a D-line that can dominate any offense. What's the one matchup you're most excited to watch in this game? This game is about more than just Week 1. It's about establishing dominance in the NFC North. The Bears are trying to climb out of the division's basement, but the Vikings have their sights set on bigger things, like a deep playoff run. Can we start the season with a statement win in Chicago? Let's hear your bold predictions, Vikings fans. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of Flores' defensive schemes. Vikings.com quoted Jonathan Allen calling Flores a mad scientist. And that's the perfect description. He doesn't just call plays, he creates chaos. One play, you might see a 3-4 front with both edge rushers coming hard. The next, he's dropping a defensive tackle into coverage while blitzing a corner. It's unpredictable, and that's what makes it so effective. Can you imagine trying to prepare for that as a second-year QB? Flores' system thrives on versatility, and our new defensive linemen fit perfectly. Hargrave, at 6'2" and 305 pounds, moves like a much smaller player per The Athletic. Allen, a two-time Pro Bowler, is a technician who can exploit any gap. Together, they're going to create mismatches that Williams and the Bears' O-line will struggle to handle. What's your favorite thing about Flores' defensive style? Drop it below. The key to this game might come down to pre-snap confusion. If Williams can't figure out who's blitzing, he's going to be in trouble. Last year, we saw quarterbacks like Jared Goff carve us up when we blitzed too predictably, per DaleNersimon.com. But with Flores' new toys, I'm betting he's got some tricks up his sleeve. How many sacks do you think we'll get in this game? Let's see those guesses. Skol Nation. Let's talk about the Bears side for a moment. Caleb Williams is no slouch. He's got the tools to be a star. But as Rich Eisen pointed out on his show, Williams and the Bears' offense looked shaky against the Chiefs starters in their final preseason game. Eisen said, Caleb and the Bears' offense struggled. And that's a warning sign when you're about to face a Flores-led defense. Can the Bears' O-line hold up against our pass rush? Chicago's brought in some heavy hitters on their offensive line, like Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, according to NFL Trade Rumors, CO. Those guys are built to handle blitzes, but they're still learning to play as a unit. Ben Johnson's offense relies on quick decisions, and if Williams isn't seeing the field clearly, our defense could feast. What's the biggest challenge you think the Bears will face against us? This game is going to be a chess match between Flores and Johnson. Johnson's offense is creative, but it's still new to the Bears. Flores, on the other hand, has had an entire offseason to scheme against Williams. Who do you think wins this coaching battle? Let's get that debate going in the comments. The Vikings defense isn't just about the front seven. Our secondary is ready to make plays too. Harrison Smith, a 6-time Pro Bowler, is still a force at 36, per The Athletic. Josh Metellus, who's become a vocal leader, can do it all: blitz, cover, or spy the QB. Then you've got cornerbacks like Byron Murphy Jr. and Isaiah Rodgers, who are itching to pick off any errant throws. How big of a role do you think our secondary will play in Week 1? Last season, our defense led the NFL with 11 interceptions, but we also gave up 260.3 passing yards per game, per DaleNersimon.com. That's an area where Flores will want to tighten things up. Against a mobile QB like Williams, our safeties might be key in keeping him contained. Can Metellus or Smith bait Williams into a costly mistake? What's your take, Skol fans? This game could come down to turnovers. If we can force Williams into a pick or two, it'll swing the momentum in our favor. With our offense breaking in a new QB in J.J. McCarthy, the defense might need to carry the load early. How many turnovers do you think we'll force in Chicago? Drop your predictions below. Let's not forget about our offense for a second. J.J. McCarthy, our 2024 first-round pick, is stepping into the spotlight as the starting QB per Vikings.com. The kid's got big shoes to fill, but with weapons like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson, he's got plenty of firepower. The question is, can McCarthy keep up with the Bears' offense if this turns into a shootout? What's your confidence level in our rookie QB? The Bears' defense isn't a pushover. They've got playmakers like Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson. But our offensive line, bolstered by Christian Darrisaw and new addition Will Fries, should give McCarthy time to work. Vikings.com noted that Kevin O'Connell's play-calling continuity is a big advantage. How do you think McCarthy will handle his first NFL start on Monday night? This game is a chance for McCarthy to prove he's the future of this franchise. A strong performance could set the tone for the season. What do you want to see from JJ in Week 1? A deep bomb to Jefferson? A clutch third-down run? Let's hear your expectations. Skull Nation. Back to the defense, let's talk about Jalen Redmond, the surprise starter who's turning heads. According to VikingsTerritory.com, Redmond went from the practice squad to earning a starting spot alongside Allen and Hargrave. At 6'3" and 291 pounds, he's a bit undersized, but his 4.81 40 time shows he's explosive. Can this young gun make a big impact in his first start? Redmond's rise is a testament to Flores' love for versatile, athletic linemen. He's not your traditional nose tackle. He's a disruptor who can chase down QBs and blow up run plays. With Allen and Hargrave drawing attention, Redmond could sneak through for some big plays. What's your hype level for this defensive trio? The Vikings' decision to move on from Harrison Phillips and hand Redmond a starting role shows how much faith they have in him, per VikingsTerritory.com. Against a mobile QB like Williams, Redmond's speed could be a game-changer. How many tackles for loss do you think he'll rack up? Drop your guesses in the comments. This game is about more than just X's and O's. It's about heart. The Vikings are coming off a 14-3 season, and they're hungry to prove they're not a one-year wonder. The Bears, meanwhile, are desperate to show they're a contender in the NFC North. Soldier Field is going to be electric, and our boys in purple need to bring their A game. Who's ready to see that skull chant echo through Chicago? Monday Night Football is the perfect stage for the Vikings to make a statement. With the whole country watching, a dominant performance could put the NFL on notice. Flores defense, McCarthy's debut, and a chance to spoil the Bears' season opener. What more could a Vikings fan ask for? What's the one play you're dying to see in this game? The NFC North is a brutal division, and every game matters. A win here could give us early momentum and bragging rights over our rivals. How big of a statement do you think the Vikings can make in Week 1? Let's get those bold takes in the comments, Skull Nation. Let's wrap up with a look at the stakes. A win against the Bears would be huge for our playoff hopes. Last season, we made the playoffs but fell in the wild card round, per Wikipedia. This year, with a tougher schedule and a rookie QB, every game is critical. Can our defense carry us to a Week 1 victory and set the tone for 2025? The Vikings roster is loaded with talent. Justin Jefferson, Christian Darrisaw, and a defense that's only gotten better. ESPN's Austin Mock projected 8.3 wins for us, but beat writer Alec Lewis thinks that's too low, per Vikings.com. With Flores scheming and our new D-line ready to feast, I'm feeling optimistic. What's your win total prediction for the season? This game is personal for Vikings fans. Beating the Bears in their house on Monday night? That's the stuff dreams are made of. Let's show up in the comments and make some noise for our boys in purple. Who's got the loudest skull chant out there? Alright, Skull Nation, it's time to bring it home. The Vikings are walking into Soldier Field with a chip on their shoulder and a defense ready to unleash chaos. Brian Flores has Caleb Williams in his crosshairs, and with Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, and Jalen Redmond leading the charge, this could be a long night for the Bears. Are you as pumped as I am for this season opener? This is our chance to start the 2025 season with a bang. JJ McCarthy's debut, Flores Blitz packages, and a rivalry game under the lights. Monday Night Football doesn't get better than this. What's your score prediction for the game? Drop it below and let's see who nails it. Skull Nation, let's make some noise. Smash that like button, Drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Vikings news. Share this video with every Vikings fan you know, and let's get ready to paint Chicago purple on September 8th. Skol Vikings!